I think it's fair to say that you're one of the most recognizable names and faces in the Twin Cities. What do you think your family would say is the biggest pro and the biggest con with that?
Pro is, it's a fun job.
Yeah.
That's, and free concert tickets. I mean, Jason, come on, free concert tickets. So there's that. There are not a lot of cons. I think that, you know, people in Minnesota, they're so nice, they're respectful.
So are you introverted?
I am an outgoing introvert.
I love that term.
I'm the kind of person who, I like people. I like to meet people, but 15 minutes later, I'm kind of like, okay, all right, I'm ready to go home. We'll go to the neighbor's house, we'll just have a great time, we really will. But when we come home, I'm kind of exhausted. And my wife, fortunately, is kind of the same way. She's a little better at it than I am, but I like people, so I'm an outgoing introvert.
How has the show changed you? What would you say?
I don't know if it's just the show, but just age, I think, makes us all more appreciative of what a great job we have. It's a great job. I mean, there's a lot of people who have very stressful, busy, physical jobs or jobs that aren't appreciated. I mean, hey, listen, there's a lot of accountants that run around that don't have a Facebook fan page,
yeah,
and are way better at their job than you and I are.
Yeah.
And they don't get that kind of praise. So I'm appreciative of that. And I so appreciate that people like our show. That's the biggest compliment. When I first came here, people hated me because I replaced Steve Cochran. And if you don't remember that name, he was, for only being here 4 or 5 years, he was a big deal. Anytime somebody gets let go, and then there's somebody who's not even from Minnesota that comes in.
You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
the guy that replaces the guy.
No, but it's very gratifying to see that turn around over the years. I say the morning show is a very hungry beast, and I think just like you, you're always looking for something. It devours content, it devours material, and constantly, like you said, Tuesday show is in the history books, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you still got to come up with something, and you can't coast and you can't relax because, you know, it's one of those, we're in competition with so many different things. We're in competition with not just other radio stations, but websites and Spotify and TV shows and Words with Friends. We're in competition with so much more now that you just can't relax.
Here we go. Oh yeah, good job. That looks delicious. You want to be in the Pillsbury Bake-Off.
I mean, everything could be content. It's the beast that needs to be fed, and Susan comes into play in the family. Did you ever have a formal conversation of what you can and can't talk about, or does she just trust your judgment?
Never a formal conversation, but I think we know each other so well that if there's something that I know that I shouldn't talk about, I just know.
Yeah.
And if I'm not sure, I ask her, say, can I talk about that thing that you did or whatever? And this is the great thing about her, she gets it. And she knows that that's interesting.
Yeah.
So unless it's just something very private or personal or whatever, then she'll let me talk about it.
Have you ever been in trouble?
We did get in a fight not too long ago because I called the dog fat. Oh, you're getting so fat. And she's like, you can't talk about that. I mean, she said, you can't say that. You're going to hurt her feelings. I'm like, hurt her feelings? She doesn't know the word fat. Yes, she does. She knows you're making fun of her. But most of the time, she's fine with it.
Boom.
And the dog was kind of fat, by the way.
Now that's a wrap.